Have a warm welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com, and today we have the Bunnahabhain, 12 years of age, 46.8 ABV, unchill filtered, uncolored, to a price roughly €50 here in Central Europe. And this is a whiskey from Islay, the Isle of Islay, but it's not smoky. I tasted that whiskey last time here in front of the camera 6 years ago, and then 12 years ago. So this is an old relative. I know that whiskey quite well, and this whiskey has a relation to the sailors. There's a sailor on the label with a steering wheel, and there's a tune, a hymn, a rhyme, a song called Westering Home, which is the song of the distillery. And if you're Googling on YouTube, if you're searching on YouTube, you will find this song Westering Home. It's a shanty, I would say. The distillery had a very moving history, and some dozen years ago, it was sold with the mother company, Burn Stewart, to the Distell Group in South Africa. And they changed the alcoholic strength to 46.3, and they changed to unchill filtering, to uncoloring, so to a more natural whiskey. And all the other whiskies from this Burn Stewart company you recognize by this 46.3 ABV. I think normal whiskies do not have this odd ABV. It's unpeated, but there are whiskies from Bunnahabhain out there on the market which are heavily peated. So be careful if you don't like smoke. Then you have to look very carefully, perhaps in our whiskey database on Whisky.com, if this whiskey is smoky or not. This particular whiskey from Bunnahabhain. Bunnahabhain uses sherry casks. So there is typically a mixture of sherry casks. And this bottle is a little bit of a mimicry because it has a hollow bottom like a bottle of champagne. But this one has no pressure in it, so it does not need this curved bottom. It just makes the bottle a little bit bigger and a little bit more impressive, but it's still these 0.7 liters here in Central Europe and the 0.75 liters in the US. 12 years of age, natural color, non-chill filtered, and on the label is complete. No, it's a bad print. Complex bouquet with aromas of dried fruits, toasted nuts, vanilla, and the coast. So some maritime influence in this whiskey as well. The Bunnahabhain distillery is not that old. It was founded in 1881, so one of the newer distilleries. And the equipment is quite new, is quite impressive. They have a big capacity, which they didn't use in former times, but since a few years they're producing with 100%, and they built a visitor center. I visited the distillery last time in 1995, and there wasn't a visitor center at all. And so I was invited to the manager's office, and very well done, very good. And when my son visited the distillery in 2015, I think, last time, they rebuilt everything, and they were just building a new visitor center. So they changed a lot, and now they are more open to the public. In former times, they had a more or less production for the blend industry, which they owned with Burn Stewart as the mother company themselves. So the aroma is, the coast. It's a maritime note in it, aromatic. There's a sherry in it. If you have a look at this color in the whiskey, you see there's a decent amount of sherry cask influence because this whiskey is uncolored. There's a nutty note in it as well, some hazelnut probably, walnuts probably. And this comes typically from the sherry cask itself. They tend to have a nutty aroma. If you have a just drained and just empty sherry cask and you smell on it, you have this intense nutty aroma. And this brings the nuttiness into the whiskey. Yeah. Cheers. Mm-hmm. 46.3, a hefty impact on your tongue, really exploding on your tongue, and a light sweetness coming with this explosion on the tip of your tongue, and the warmth and the spiciness broadens to the back of your tongue. Caramel, vanilla appear, and it's a lot more spicy than in the smell. A lot more oaky notes, but no peatiness, no smoke at all. In the aftertaste, changing over a little bit to dryness. Yeah. So this is very complex, very impressive, a lot of volume, and for the price of roughly 50 euros here in Central Europe at Whisky.com, it is a very well done whiskey. A lot of, well, value for your price. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is one of the cheaper whiskies from Islay. It's not smoky. There are smoky bottlings, as I said, and the range of Bunnahabhain was increased by a lot. There are travel value bottlings with a liter content. There are cask strength. There are even now older whiskies because they took care of their cask for a longer time. So 25 years. I tasted just a few weeks ago. Wonderful bottlings now available from Bunnahabhain, and this is the main bottle. Yeah, this is bread and butter for the distillery. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. There's more to come.